Is up, everyone? My name is Just Shane. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you guys are having a great morning, or a great evening, or a great afternoon, or whatever it is. I hope that it's just great. The way that I've got this set up now, it's actually on a stack of books, and my money jar is the only thing that's holding my phone up so that it won't fall. So if you happen to fall during mid-film, I'm sorry, and I'm not editing it out. So it's just I have a very low budget. I can't afford nice things, guys. I don't know about you all, but I had a pretty busy weekend. It was sort of like early mornings, late nights, sort of weekend for me. I was trying to get stuff done for Sunday morning. I was trying to finish up a paper that was due on Sunday. We took our youth group down to my wife and I took our youth group down to Southland Christian Church this weekend, and that's always a blast. And so it's just been a really busy weekend, and now I'm back here at KCU trying to finish up the last handful of weeks that I have, and it's just been really busy. I know I haven't really posted a whole lot. Last week was swamped. I haven't organized my work week just yet. I'm gonna do that as soon as I get done doing this, and so it's just once I get March done, I'm good. That's just people ask me, like, I've got like 5 different people ask me, like, so how's school going? So how's school going? So how's school doing? And I was like, I'm gonna punch you in the throat, if you ask me one more time. But it's been good. So I wanted to ask though, last week. So what's flying all around? I wanted to ask, with me describing, why I do art. What are certain reasons why I do this, or why do I write fan fiction? The video that I posted last week. Is this something that I could give points on? I'm not a professional by any means, but if somebody has questions, I always want people to try to help me. If I want to get invested into something, I want people to kind of help me start up and like ask certain questions, or give certain advice of what to do. So if there's something that you're interested in, please let me know, and I'll try to answer the best, questions to the best of my ability, whether it's about art or writing, or about whatever. So I think I've written at least 100 pages these last 2 semesters just on theology stuff. Now, I kind of wish that I had time to work on my own personal projects. I really do, guys. It's not, I like to post stuff. I really do, and I like to write my own stuff. But it's just school, man. It's just school. But one cool project that I am starting up, and I wanted to show you this, sort of a a preview of the project that I'm currently working on now, and it's another art thing, which I mentioned in one of the previous videos. I was going to be doing an art sort of project, or sort of I don't like calling them projects. I guess it is projects, but it's just something, I guess projects is the word I'm going to use. So it's another project that I'm going to be doing for the month of March. So today I'm gonna show you the 2 things that I've done for it so far, and what I hope for it. What are the rules to it? What are the strengths and limitations? What can you do, and whatnot? And so, sort of like Inktober, but it's something else. So anyway, without further ado, I'll go ahead and show you. So this was another art project. I'm looking through this sketchbook, the one that you've seen before. This was another project that was done by Jake Parker, but it wasn't as big as Inktober. Like, it didn't kick off. It was just something that he said in one of his videos, and I was like, oh, that's really cool. That's really interesting. I kind of want to do something like that, and so I made it my own. The same people that did Inktober with me when I did that for the grade, I asked them if they wanted to do this, and they said no. They didn't really see me it was that great, but to me, it was something really special to me because it's something that I enjoy personally. And so he had something else called the March of Robots for the whole month of March. Being this is March, I have a new project that is not robots, but instead it's monsters. I don't know about you guys, but I am a diehard, like, I love monster movies. I was actually just watching Troll Hunter on Netflix, and I've seen it before, but I was in the mood to watch a good monster movie. I like monster movies. I love stories about monsters. There's just like the kid inside of me just gets uber excited about monsters. And so this was the first drawing that I did of sort of like March of Monsters 2018, and it's this little guy with a lamp come up, and he sees this hole in the wall, and it's just this eye of a monster. I don't know if you can see that or not. just this eye of a monster looking down at him, and it's sort of the first drawing to start out. And I did that on March 1st. I didn't take my sketchbook home with me this weekend because I know I wasn't going to have time because I moved. Not only was I trying to get homework done, but we also moved my mother-in-law to her new place, her new residence in Eastgate, and so we were really busy with that. It was just so I didn't really get to draw as much as I wanted to. But the rules with this, much like Inktober, you have to draw something, or at least a monster of your own inspiration, preferably of your own style, of your own inspiration. Nothing. Although there are monsters that inspire us, because our creativity is only limited to things that we know. So if you see like a picture of King Kong and you want to make like an ape monster, those things happen. But preferably, it's a monster of your own design. It's a drawing of your own design. Personally, what I wanted to do with this is not copy off any other's artwork. There's an ABC drawing that I did, and I didn't copy, but I drew things from other people's artworks, and I put that into that, and I sort of just looked at it, and then I made it my own. And I'm not saying that's not a bad thing, but you don't want to plagiarize. You kind of want to test yourself when you're doing any sort of craft, whether it's art or music or even sports, etc., etc. You want to keep doing it so you get better at it. And so what this is actually testing my skills as an artist about what things can I work on, what things can I add, rocks are something that I'm not particularly that good at. So I tried to look at a brick wall, and I was like, okay, well, if the shading is like this, if there's like bits and pieces that are shadowed, what does that look like? Scales was something that I hadn't drawn before. Sometimes I even still have issues with drawing people. And I think even the ink work itself could be redone in its own way. So when you want to look at something that inspires you to draw a monster out of it. So last week when I was thinking about starting this, I was actually looking. This is really stupid. I was looking at a roll of toilet paper, and I was like, I can see a monster out of that. Yeah, just sitting there, just like, And I might even draw that. For this. It doesn't have to be every day. People think, I stressed myself out with Inktober drawing every single day. And I know that I have school. School is priority one. So this is just an exercise. This is just something that I can do that sort of juices out my creativity when I have time to do it. So the one that I actually did today, this was sort of the one that I was thinking about actually all weekend. Like, I know what monster I'm going to draw. It was actually this guy. He's got 6 different limbs. He has no eyes. Although these sort of look like eyeballs, they're not eyeballs. They're actually the nose. And sort of this fur ball with arms, who is like, he's very salivary, and it's supposed to be. I put 5 fingers on this hand, but a lot of them have 6 fingers on the rest of the hands because he climbs walls. And so when I'm thinking about monsters, I'm thinking about, okay, what do they look like in their environment from where they are? What would they look like? How would they adapt to their environment? And so this is actually really cool. It was actually a really cool start. Again, another addition to the whole March of Monsters. And so it's just something like that. So it kind of looks like that one Looney Tunes character. You know who I'm talking about? I can't think of his name. But he was like really tall, and he was red, and he had the shoes. He was an alien. I can't think of his name though, but that's sort of what it was, and that's not the. So I added the nose part just so it wouldn't look anything like that. I wanted to make it my own. So if this is something that you're interested in doing, in fact, any art challenge for any artist is actually a really cool thing for them to do. It's also good for those who want to write. I do want to do a writing project eventually one day, where I write a little bit every day. There's even a new challenge out there that I just discovered. You have to work on a comic book within 100 days. And I was like, oh, that is so cool, because I do want to eventually make my own comic book. And I'm writing out this, and I wrote out the script a couple years ago, and it needs to be redrafted and everything. And so, but it's always good to find those challenges to sort of test your skills at what you're doing. So that's my new project. That's what I'm doing to test my skills as an artist, to juice out my creativity in an effective way. through that. So, what's a project that you would want to do, or something that maybe you would want to start to sort of test your skills? So, I want to know. I want to know how well, how are people being creative? How are they working their creativity in their daily lives, or what exercises are they doing to perform that? Because I think creativity is a very awesome tool given us by God, so that we can do awesome stuff for this world. Guys, I hope you have a fantastic day. I will see you on Wednesday. You'll find me at the same face, same place. Bye bye.